Good morning, Parkland. Today is Tuesday, April 16th. It is a day 1 in an A schedule. I'm Afra Anan.
And I'm Cecilia Edwards. Welcome back to PMN.
In Parkland sports news, today boys tennis faces the Emmaus Hornets away at 3:30. Boys lacrosse takes on Upper Dublin home at 7 on the turf, while volleyball plays Penridge home on the court also at 7. Make sure to show your support for the boys tonight. For sports, I'm Connor Armstrong.
If you are a senior who has received a merit-based scholarship for college, be sure to pick up an academic scholarship recognition application at the receptionist desk in the main office. The ceremony will be held in the auditorium to honor students who have received merit-based scholarships on Tuesday, May 28th at 3:30 p.m.
Are you in need of a prom dress? The class of 2019 has a variety of slightly used prom dresses. Stop by B127 to take a look.
Attention AP test takers. Pre-administration is mandatory to take your exam. Please report to C200 during your assigned time. Today, juniors with last names A through L must report to C200 for the start of first period, and juniors with last names M through Z must report to C200 for the start of second period. See Mr. Gordon if you cannot attend your session. Late start is not a reason to miss.
Earth Day is next Monday. Did you know that over 1 million seabirds and 100,000 sea mammals are killed by pollution every year?
In club news, Parkland GSA will be meeting today after school in room B116 from 3 to 4:15. Come join us before spring break.
With the warmer weather comes ice cream. Leo Club will be selling ice cream during all lunches tomorrow.
Students on the Latin Club's New York field trip today, remember to bring a bagged lunch. Meet in the auditorium lobby by 7:50 a.m. for check-in.
Support the annual duck race. Buy your duck from any Leo Club member. The race takes place Sunday, May 5th, and with prizes given to the top 3 and last place. Proceeds benefit the PHS Caring Closet. And now we have Alexis Pang with our reaction to the burning of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris.
We want to end today's broadcast to talk about a heartbreaking event that occurred in Paris yesterday. A couple of our French teachers had some touching words. Madame Boudard said, "The fire at Notre Dame Cathedral was unimaginable and heartbreaking to watch. For me personally, I am overcome with emotion, as I have been fortunate to visit Notre Dame 4 times in my life. First in 1982 as a sophomore in high school with my best friend, again in 1986 with my then boyfriend, now husband, during my year of study abroad, again in 2007 with my young son, and finally in 2012 with my daughter who was studying French in high school. I am encouraged by President Macron's commitment to rebuild. I share the nation's grief over this tragedy. Vive la France." Madame Scuman also says, "One of the middle school language teachers emailed me to tell me of the fire, so I turned on CNN in my class. I could not believe what I was seeing. Throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening, I heard from colleagues, former students, and family members who were equally in shock. This is a tremendous loss to French people, but also to millions of tourists who visit Notre Dame each year. One of my favorite things to do in Paris is to go to the top of the cathedral where you have a spectacular view of the city and also get to see the gargoyles up close. It is incomprehensible to think of it being destroyed. Yesterday, the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris, France caught fire with the spire coming down, the rose windows destroyed, and the roof tumbling down. Luckily, the main bell towers have been saved from the flames. As a student who has taken French for 5 years and a person who has dreamed of Paris since I was a little kid, I am saddened to see its once beautiful heart destroyed." As the fire continued, French citizens surrounded the cathedral singing prayers until the fire went out. We will now allow Matteo, who grew up in France, to talk about the cathedral's significance.
I never thought I'd see this day. I thought it was indestructible. Located on the Île de la Cité, or Island of the City, the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Paris is both a religious and national treasure, a symbol of France's heritage. Its construction started in 1163 and ended around the middle of the 14th century. It also had a renovation in the 1800s that added the iconic spire in a mill called the Forest, since they had to cut down a whole forest to build it. It was the inspiration of many writers and poets, like Victor Hugo, who wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was architecture's beacon, but most of all, it was France's pride. On Monday's evening, Notre Dame de Paris caught on fire and the spire, the forest, collapsed, destroying many sculptures and other arts in the interior. The reason of the incident are still unknown. The firefighters fought the fire to preserve the cathedral as much as they could. I personally went there a few times, enough to understand that it was a treasure. I read the news. I had chills. I just couldn't believe it. Really? Is this real? It went through 150 years of construction, celebrated 850th birthday in 2013, and it's just going to disappear in seconds? But like France's President Emmanuel Macron promised, this cathedral will be rebuilt. It was a treasure, a beacon, a symbol. Its renovation will take time, but it's necessary.
It is astounding that something that emulated beauty and history and culture can be gone in hours. We stand with France in their grief, but we also stand with them in hope. Multiple pledges have already donated millions of dollars towards the reconstruction. The bell towers were saved and the cathedral will be rebuilt. The bells of Notre Dame will ring again.